Among the new nurses in training, Sabine was one of the prettiest. She was petite and sweet. Her cheerful attitude lightened up the room immediately the moment she entered the area.
Hello.
Her first impression was excellent, and she had managed to attract the attention of many males at the hospital.
Hi.
Felix, though, didn't even notice her presence. Despite several inevitable encounters, Felix treated Sabine like he would treat other humans. He was already on his second year of specialist medical training at the Wilhelm Röntgen Hospital. He had no luxury to play around if he wanted to be a licensed cardiovascular surgeon in another 4 years. Felix came from Martin. His grandmother had eloped with a man of lower social and economic class. When DDR had been established, his family had gotten stuck in East Berlin. After the Berlin Wall had been demolished, his grandmother had brought his mother to her previous home, but the family had no longer been there. Because of that painful history, his mother was adamant about him succeeding. His mother had received poor education. Thus, she had worked various jobs to save up and give her child a better opportunity. As a result, Felix had obtained his Abitur, the highest qualification for university entrance in Germany. He could feel the weight of his mother's wish when she couldn't stop crying after his acceptance to a top medical university. From then on, Felix had promised himself not to let his mother down. He would succeed and make her proud. That's why Felix directed his full focus on his training more than anything else. But Sabine made it easy to break the wall. It was a rough day for Felix. He had assisted a senior surgeon with heart surgery. The patient didn't make it, and Felix took it hard. It was the first death that he had witnessed firsthand. Sabine joined him at the outdoor space with a cup of coffee in her hand. She sipped the coffee and said,
"It's not your fault."
Word sure travels fast.
Felix scoffed. He exhaled and stared at his open palms.
These hands. I mean, why do doctors carry such a huge burden on their shoulders? Who are we to play God with people's lives?
Sabine looked up at the sky with a somber expression.
You think? Well, I don't believe in God, but I think doctors are not responsible for patients' life. Isn't it like a watchmaker trying to fix watches? No matter how skilled he is, if the watch itself is beyond repair, then there's only so much that he could do.
Those words brought enlightenment to the dejected Felix. They ended up chatting about various topics. He found out that he was a caring person. They had a lot in common, from their music taste to the reason they took their current career path. Sabine's immediate family was a first-generation immigrant from France. She did everything she could to secure a reliable residential permit in Germany.
Sometimes I doubt myself. Would I be able to make it here? German is difficult to learn. I used to cry every night learning the language. Why would anyone create such a complicated grammar structure? I don't understand.
Felix chuckled.
Isn't French more challenging?
Sabine thought for a moment and gave an apologetic smile.
I grew up with it, so I didn't think much of it.
Naya, mother tongue would always be the easiest because we learn about the world through it.
She threw the empty paper cup into the trash bin.
Anyway, you're already a doctor even without the specialist license. And you don't have to worry about visa or residential permit since you were born here.
Must be tough for you.
Sabine slipped her hand into her pocket.
It's super tough. All of my friends are in France. People my age are enjoying their lives to the fullest, while I was struggling at school because of the language barrier. I deleted my Instagram account because I couldn't stand looking at others' perfect life. It makes me feel miserable.
Felix let out a soft breath.
Not everything you see is real, you know, especially online. It's the easiest platform to show off a fake life. You post one good picture, and others would think your life is going great. But who knows? You could be smiling only for 1 second and crying for the rest of the day.
She smiled. That was the first time Felix ever saw her genuine smile. The only thing in his head now was how beautiful she looked, and he decided that he wanted to keep that beautiful smile on her face. She took a seat and rested her head on Felix's shoulder.
Thank you.
Sabine cooked a lot. She prepared lunch boxes for Felix. She even came to the hospital to deliver the food even during her time off. She would stay to accompany him during his night break.
How was your day?
She asked, as she put down a cup of hot coffee on the table.
Here, 1 spoonful and a half of sugar, right?
Felix beamed at the unexpected consideration.
You remember?
Of course.
Somehow, Sabine's face seemed to glow brightly. Her sincerity shone through, grabbing Felix hard, head on.
Sabine, I think we'll have an overlapping day off next week. Do you want to meet up? We could have lunch together and take a walk at the park.
She nodded cheerfully. It was a warm Thursday in summer. Sabine came over to Felix's apartment. He called it sobremesa. They bought ingredients from a nearby market and cooked at home. The apartment was cramped, and Felix co-lived with 3 roommates. His room was supposed to be for 2 people, but one bed had been vacant for a while. Felix was an amazing cook, while Sabine did a decent job. The meal they made was edible, but they had cooked too much. In the end, they shared them with Felix's roommate, Kina. Kina was a beautiful, tall girl with an exotic skin tone.
Hi.
She was friendly enough to welcome Sabine, but also knew her boundary. Felix was glad that the 2 of them got along. That would be convenient if he wanted to invite Sabine more often. After lunch, they went out for a walk. The weather was nice. It added to the pleasantness of their day. Sabine laughed a lot, which was a good signal.
You are truly a good cook, Felix. But I hope I can cook for you from now on. You you're a doctor and you're training to be a specialist. Aren't you busy? Let me take care of you. Won't you let me?
Felix locks his gaze on Sabine's beautiful eyes.
We should take care of each other.
Oh, I bet you would be the perfect husband.
She wrapped her arms around Felix's neck and kissed him.
I love you.
Felix spent that night at Sabine's apartment. They were all over each other while exchanging words of love.